Last Christmas Eve, a frigid cold spell swept across the eastern half of the country. In some regions, the temperatures dipped to below zero, but maybe more concerning more concerning than the temperatures themselves was how quickly they dropped, causing very steep ramps in the power draw of heating equipment. Many of us were in regions that experienced rolling blackouts because of the dramatic demands on the grid. And probably just as many of us were contacted by our independent system operators or our utilities asking to conserve energy. The blackouts were particularly frustrating to the many people cooking and gathering on Christmas Eve. In general, they seemed to understand what was happening and took steps to help, but the whole event of Winter Storm Elliott exposed a weak point in our system. In response to the extreme cold, much of the power demand ramp, particularly in the Mid-South, was caused by engagement of electric resistance heat, some as a primary source, but mostly as a secondary source associated with traditional style heat pumps. This backup heat became fully engaged as homes and buildings struggled to maintain indoor temperatures in the wake of rapidly falling outdoor temperatures. Substantial population and housing growth in the Southeast over the past years has increased the penetrations of heat pumps and its companion electric resistance heat. Similar to the classic holiday tale, A Christmas Carol, we were given a glimpse into the future of what can happen if we don't approach electrification and decarbonization from multiple perspectives. Elliott gave one such perspective, that sharp increases in electric resistance heat can be a burden to the grid. And if the grid can't perform all the time, it will impact customer support of electrification technologies needed for decarbonization. Fortunately, there are available options for increasing resiliency on the customer side, such as next-generation heat pumps and dual fuel arrangements. Some companies have had the foresight to research, test, and implement these advanced options. EPRI was in the middle of researching the use of next-generation heat pumps with the Tennessee Valley Authority when Winter Storm Elliott hit. In a collaboration with EPRI researchers, the TVA has deployed approximately 25 advanced heat pumps as part of their Home Uplift program, focused on improving the whole of the energy system in low to moderate income residences. We were fortunate enough to have one home fully installed, upgraded, and monitored in Chattanooga, Tennessee, prior to Elliott. That home, the residents of Mrs. Patricia Thompson, stayed warm, a toasty 78 degrees throughout the weather event, and did so without electric resistance heat. One home like this creates a reduction in winter peak demand of up to 10 kilowatts. If all 25 homes had been upgraded at the time, it would have represented a savings of up to 1/4 megawatt, keeping the lights on for many people in Tennessee. As such technology expands, it can have an even greater impact. Mrs. Thompson has raved about her new system and the improved comfort she experiences. While the project has more cold weather ahead of it, this was a true demonstration of how customers, the grid, and societal energy needs can be improved across the board through the intelligent use of technology that incorporates multiple perspectives. Most customers aren't aware of these emerging technologies that can save them money and keep them more comfortable in extreme weather situations. Grid technology also continues to improve. And the challenge is to find the technology trifecta that is low carbon, avoids spiking load demand, and serves the customer in all weather situations. The next generation heat pump is just one example. With enough research, I'm confident we will find more, and hopefully we won't find ourselves in the dark on future holidays. Thank you.